Yes, sir.
So now we'll start with using the one more software, that is with the Anaconda Jupyter. So I'll just repeat the procedure of installation. If anyone have not completed the installation, you can do it now. So in the mail, we have sent the Anaconda software. So all the members can download that software. There is one document Anaconda installation here. The software you can download from internet also. The version which I am using for this workshop I had mentioned here, and you can download from this link. Through internet also you can download, and we have sent in the mail also, that also you can download it. Okay. So once it is downloaded, you need to double click on that software. You'll get an option like yes, multiple users will be there, other than just me like that will be there, or multiple users, or install for all users like that. Select for that all option, all or multiple. Once you are done with that, some 3-4 windows will come. So we can give next for that. You'll get this screen. Once this frame comes, we need to select both these check marks and click install. So it will take some 5 to 10 minutes to install. So once it is done, you can complete it. So a simple procedure of installing Anaconda software. Now, so right now we'll be using this folder, Jupyter examples. Here I kept some of the codes and all. So that we'll see now. Jupyter examples. Right now, this code, this folder Jupyter examples is in this path in my system, E drive, so and so. So now in the search window, I'll be typing Anaconda. So we'll get a command prompt window like Anaconda prompt. So all of you can click on that one. Anaconda prompt. Now I have to enter into this path. See, right now Jupyter examples, I have kept it in E drive in my computer. So I'll change the drive to by default it is showing the C drive path. To change the drive, E:\enter. So right now I came into the E drive now. Then I have to enter in my system. Some folders are there. Those folders I'll mention. To get inside any folder, we have to use CD space. So PS. If you give a tab, you have to type some first 2 to 3 characters of that folder name, and if you give the tab key, the full folder name will come. So you can select that. So same procedures I am following to enter into the folder. So right now, through command prompt window, I came to this folder. Next, once you are in that specific folder, you can type as a Jupyter notebook, Jupyter, Jupyter notebook. Then give enter. So if you are using this Anaconda Jupyter for the first time, means it will ask like which browser you have to use. So you can select Google Chrome and all. So right now in my system already it has been opened before, so it just got open now. See, don't close this window, this command prompt window. It has to be, you can minimize it because it works like a backend server kind of thing. So first I'll tell about what is Anaconda software, all those things. Then we'll start working with the sample codes. If any member is facing any problem opening this Anaconda Jupyter screen, you can update. See, Anaconda is a complete package software. We used IDLE before, right? So similar like IDLE, this is another software Anaconda. So where it comes like a platform. Platform when we tell, no, it supports with multiple other softwares also. Like when we want to do development activities, we need something called database. Here we need libraries and all, right? So when you install Anaconda, by default, it comes with some ready libraries installations also. And it works in the format of a client server. This Jupyter basically works in the client server format. So that's why it is opened in a browser page. And this acts as a backend server. So we have to minimize and keep it. This command prompt window which has opened, right? So all the activities what we are doing that we can see running over here. So this will act like a backend server now. So my data is in this folder Jupyter examples. So I'll click it. So you can find all the contents, whatever we are finding in this folder, right? The same thing we'll find in the browser page now. So whatever the contents are there in this folder Jupyter examples, same you are able to see in this browser page. Clear? Now, first we'll see how to create a new project and how to make use of it and how to execute and all. Here I have given some sample codes also, like you can see here, test 1, test 1, 2, 3, something is there. So you can just click on it. Now I'll click on test 1. So test 1 is opened again in another browser page. Test 1, 2, 3 is there, right? So that also you can click. Okay, first we'll see that test 1, 2, 3. Test 1 later we'll see. Test 1, 2, 3 is there, right? So all the members can click on it. So you can see that it has opened over there. One more code file name is there, Jupyter JUP test. That also you can see. Same codes only. Some multiple I have kept it here. Anyone you can open. So test 1, 2, 3 is there, right? That we'll see. And Jupyter files all comes with the extension of, we can see the file extension here. See, this is the code file. The file comes with the extension of IPYNB. The Jupyter file extensions we can observe, it comes with the file extension of IPYNB. So here simple addition code has have mentioned here. See, we won't write any much more codes in Jupyter. So just like some sample codes which I executed before with image processing. Similar codes we can run here also. For that reason, we'll see and we'll learn how to use it. Okay. So there are quite plus points about Jupyter. So that I'll cover once we see all these examples. I'll cover that part. Okay. So first, to create any new project and all, if you want to create a new project, you can find here new option is there. So new Python 3. So I'll just click on it. So right now new project came. So this new project is mentioned with the untitled. I'll just click over here, or you can go to this file menu also, file tab window. There also you can click on the rename. First I'll give a project name here. So I'll just give like a FDP faculty development program test like that. So rename I get. So you can see that file name has been renamed. If you go and observe in that folder, we can find that FTP test. So this is a new project file which I created, right? Now in Jupyter, we write the code in the format of a cell. So you can observe this example test 1. See, here it is mentioned like 1, 2, 3, right? Each are called as a individual cells. We are going to write the codes in the format of a cell. And each cell output we can find there only on the bottom of it. So here is, so to make the concept understand what I have done, in each cell I had written some print statements here. So you can see like I plus j added and stored in X and I'm printing. So that result you are finding here. So in second cell, I have given some print statement, third cell, some print statement that you can find below only. So the first thing is in Jupyter, we are going to write the codes in the format of a cell, and the output of each cell we are going to find on bottom of each cell. Now to execute any code, to execute the code, See, right now already this code is executed, right? So the outputs are there. We have to clear that one, the output or the old data that you can find here in the tab window kernel, restart and clear output. So all members can check in your system also in the kernel tab, restart and clear output. So once I click on this, you can, it will ask like a restart and clear all outputs. So you can observe here, restarting kernel, restarting kernel. So the cell numbers has been cleared. Now it has become blank and the output has been cleared there. So individual cell before it was with the number 1 to 3. Now it has been cleared. Now to execute this code, see first whenever we want to execute the code, first go to the kernel, click on restart and clear output. One screen will come here, the red color mark, we can find a button with restart and clear all outputs. Click on it. So it's going to clear all the previous output and the kernel on a backend, it will be restarted. Then click on cell tab, run all. So if I click on run all, so we can see the code will get executed again. For each cell, it's going to assign the number from beginning like 1 to 3 and the respective outputs we can observe. So till now, I just showed all the members like how to open the Jupyter file and how to execute your codes in this. So if any member is having any doubts or if you're facing any problem regarding this, you can update me. Okay, so now we'll get into the next example. See, there is one code called camera text. Right now, I'm running the same codes which I executed in idle now. So I just want to show that whatever work we did in idle, similar works can be done with the Jupyter tool also. This is just another tool. So like this, a number of softwares are available related to Python programming. Anyone can be used. So obviously compared to one software to other software, some plus points and some plus and minus things will be there. So coming to the Jupyter tool, what is the plus point is here, since we are writing the codes as a individual cells, right? Now assume like when you get into some real-time environment, the library updates, everything, it will take a lot of time. Okay, a lot of codes will be there, which is going to consume huge time because we'll be dealing with the images activities. The algorithm model, when we enter into some neural network and all, it will take huge time. The model buildings when you run like some 5,000 images or 10,000 images, while building the convolution model, it may take like more than 1 hour also. Okay, so in that cases and all, if you are dividing your code in different cells, no, individual cell wise.
Sir, please help me start the Anaconda, sir.
Repeat, please, sir.
How to start the Anaconda, sir? I'm not getting it.
Okay, fine. I'll just tell once again now. I'll repeat the step.
Please.
Okay, I'll just complete this point and I'll repeat it.
Okay.
See, the main plus point of Jupyter. See, Jupyter we use, PyCharm, a number of softwares are available. Okay, so in future also we get a lot of softwares because this is completely a open source platform. Okay, so compared to idle in Jupyter, what is the main plus point is when we write real-time projects, the codes will be very huge. Okay, whereas a lot of codes will be there, and the execution of these codes at different stages, it will take time. Basically, when I tell about neural network oriented activities, with my experience, I have seen that one. When we have like more than 5,000 images and all, when you have like 3 to 4 classes with respect to neural network, I use convolution neural network there. So in that case, when we have configured the model, it takes a huge time to execute it. We get something approaches and all some procedures are there over there. So that will take a lot of time. I've seen the code execution time which takes more than 1 hour also. So in that case, we can split our code into multiple cells and we can run the individual cells. Okay. So that will save the time while testing because if you get into the idle, the whole code, whenever you assume like you did a small change in the code, okay, one line somewhere you just change something. Instead of having an option of 2, you made it 3. Some minor changes will do it. So that time the full code you have to execute. And again, for that execution, if you are supposed to wait half an hour, 45 minutes means then it will kill the complete development time, right? If you do when you are into a lot of trial and errors, so you'll be changing something in the code and again run from beginning and wait for it, right? That is very tough. So that's why these are like much more real-time softwares where the codes we can split and run it in a individual cell or a module wise. Okay, so now I'll repeat the whole step how to start it once again. See, first complete the Anaconda installation. Once the software is installed, you can get into the search bar here and type Anaconda prompt. See, we get Anaconda Navigator. If you click on the Navigator, you'll get the full software package that later you can see it. So right now click on Anaconda prompt. So the prompt window will come. It is like a command prompt window. So I'm showing the whole procedure from beginning how to start it. Anaconda prompt. So right now my codes are there in this path. In my computer, it is in E drive, then PES something, then industry projects like that. I have made some folders, right? So you check out with the path in your system. So the specific path we have to enter here. So to get into the path right now, it is showing in my prompt as C drive. So I have to get into the E drive. So E colon enter. So I came into the E drive. Then CD space PES, that is the folder name which I am giving. If you give the tab, full folder name will come. So I'll enter into that folder. Then CD space industry tab. So the full folder came. Then CD space 9 underscore the full folder came, right? So you can get into the path. Then type Jupyter, Jupyter, Jupyter notebook. Type Jupyter notebook and give enter. So your one link will open in the browser page. So where you can find the complete content of that folder. Clear? So if you want to start with any new project, you can click over here, new Python 3, the new project screen will come. So it will be having only one cell. So here I have kept a lot of sample codes. You can just click on camera test. You'll find the camera test code here. So I had kept multiple codes. In the beginning, you can see that test 1, 2, 3. It's a simple code. Just some add mentioned here. So in Jupyter, we write the code in the cell format. So that is one of the major plus point of Jupyter tool for the developers. Individual cells we can execute. Now to run the code, get into the kernel window, restart and clear output. So here you will get a red button, restart and clear. So you can see that the old data, everything has been cleared. Then go to the cell, run all. So the code will get executed. The output of each cell we find the below of that cell only. So just to represent that, in each cell I have put some print statement. So you can find that the output of each cell we can find below that cell only. So in new code, if you want to add some more cells, means there is an insert button here. So you can go on adding the cells, insert cell.
Sir, sorry, sir. What's the last command to start the Jupyter, sir? From command prompt?
Jupyter notebook.
Jupyter notebook. Okay.
Check out the spellings also once. Jupyter, Jupyter notebook, and enter. So now I'll execute this camera test code. So all the members can do in your system also. So to execute this again, go to the kernel, restart and clear output. So I'm clearing all the old outputs now. So all the old output got cleared. Right. So then I'm getting into the cell run all. So it's going to open the camera now in my system. So it is minimized here. The camera is opened. So the same code which we saw with the background, I think this is background subtraction code, right? So the background subtraction we executed, right? So you can see similar algorithms, the full code is same only, nothing I have changed. So the background subtraction code we can see. So my movements and all you can observe here, right? So press escape key to close it. Yes, ma'am. Regarding online editor, we have one Google editor, but I am not using that one right now. I would used only Idle and Jupyter. To write Python programs, one Google related one software is there. That is the online editor only, but till now I have not started off using it. If you are getting any error in this, okay, so we have to install OpenCV library. To install the OpenCV library, open one more Anaconda prompt window and you can install with the pip command there. Here we will be using pip command or one more conda command will come. So any one we can use it. See, I had opened the Anaconda prompt window here. Don't change any path and all. You can type a pip install OpenCV hyphen Python. You can do that command also. OpenCV hyphen Python related to OpenCV if you're getting any errors. Okay. And one more command is there in Anaconda. Instead of using pip, we can use conda also. CONDA. Conda install OpenCV hyphen Python. Okay, now assume like instead of checking with the wait key with escape, due to some reason I changed the key with the letter yes. Okay, so now we change the code, right? So whenever we change the code now in idle from beginning, I have to execute everything. So here what I'm doing is, so I change my code in the cell 3. So I'll execute the directly from cell 3 only. Run all below. So I click selected cell 3, run all below. Just a moment. Just okay. One cell above was required because the algorithm name is declared here. Okay, but anyhow I started executing my code from cell 2. So the code is running. You can see that camera window and all has been opened. So now I am using a letter yes to close the window. Just a moment. So I'm doing from first now. So right now I'm executing the full code. So the code is running. So if I press escape, it will get closed now. See, your 4 cells are there. It is naming with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from second cell, if I re-execute again, okay. So run all below, then numbering will continue from the next numbers. Like initially it was 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So now it started from the number 5. So it has assigned 5, 6, 7. So again, if you run, it will start from the next numbers like 8, 9, 10 like that. So after doing all your corrections, everything from beginning, you can run the full code. So same way, we have kept one more code with the loan prediction here. Test 1 is there now. So all of you can open that code now. So this is the same code which I used in loan prediction. So in the folder, same data set also I have kept it here, loan prediction data set. So you can observe the outputs over here. In idle, we were getting in a different screen. So now we are finding here on the bottom of each cell. So same outputs, you can find it here also. So the graph output, everything you can find here. So whatever the activity we did it in idle, so all my codes will run in the Jupyter also. Just with some library packages, whichever is required, we need to install in Anaconda, and you can execute the codes. So I suggest like after a beginning level, if you want to practice writing programs and all, Jupyter is much better compared to idle. Only one reason is like here, when we write big projects and all, we can test the codes in the mid stages also, because we are writing the code in the cell format. So whichever the cell you want, from there we can start off executing it. So the testing cycle will be much more easier here. So any doubts, anything is there, you can clarify. Okay, so if all members have done with testing these codes in Jupyter, you can close this part. So in next session tomorrow, once I complete with the neural network theory and all, so we'll be having one neural network code that again I'll execute in the Jupyter.
Excuse sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
it's telling me kernel starting, please wait. It's going into infinite, so it's not starting, sir, output.
Kernel restart you're getting
Kernel is starting and it's going into infinite loops. It's not starting the output.
It will take time, sir. The first time when you are running, no, the libraries update, it will take a small time. Otherwise,
Okay,
you can open this code first just to see like the software is working correctly or not. Test 1, 2, 3 is there. No? Here there is no libraries and all. You run this code first.
okay.
So now all members can come to the folder here. Internship code level 2 is there, no? So here there are some other small programs related to Python and image processing. So that part I'll complete it now. Tomorrow in the morning session, I'll get into the algorithms. Here one PPT is there where there are some theoretical discussion about the algorithms. Like in the example today in morning session, we saw SVM, logistic regression, KNN, right? So we will see some few theoretical points about those algorithms. Okay, so that I'll be covering it in tomorrow's morning first session. After that, we'll enter into the neural network concept. So we'll understand the theory of neural network. Then we'll come back to the Jupyter tool to run one neural network code. So I'll be taking a pet image as examples and I'll be doing it. So now in the remaining hours, I'll complete with other small simple codes with respect to Python and image part. So there is one alarm code here. All the members can open this. Okay, before alarm, first open the date and time code. Date and time. So whenever we get into some real-time projects and all, accessing date and time is very important. So in this code, what all libraries are available, I'm just using it to access the date and time. So all members can run this. So we can see the output here with respect to today's date and time. So different methods of access options are there. So all those methods I'm just printing on the output screen. As per our project requirement, whichever method is suitable, we can make use of it. So any real-time projects we do, date and time accessing is very important. So with respect to data, the data has to be stored and all. Somewhere the time also is used. So for that purpose, here I'm showing the basics library of accessing date and time. So I'll come with a code explanation now. So we have a library for date, one more library, date time. We have different libraries here. As per your project, any one you can use it. Okay, so whatever was available in the net. So I just took both the libraries to explain here. As per the requirement, any one library we can use it. So here the time, this is for getting the delay. So sleep I'm using, no sleep one, this is the delay. One means 1 second delay. So in codes, if we want delay and all, we can use it. So the for accessing the real time date and time, these are the library packages. So the first one you can see here now, after library update, the first one is a date time now. So once you call with this function now, so the data is stored in a variable, I'm printing it. That output you can see here now. So when you give a call with a date time dot now means at present time with respect to even hours and minutes also it's replying. So it's 2 o'clock, right? So it's in the 24-hour format. So the year, month, date and all it's replying 2 o'clock, 2:39 and it's the minute and seconds. So that now whatever we called, right, a date time now, it is in a variable now. So that one, if you want to change with some format, a string format time. So there is a method of changing that one. So it has been changed here. That format you can find on the second line here. So in this format, now date has come first, then month and year. So these all formatting methods are required when we do some projects. As per the requirement, any one method we can opt it. So then date today, so one option is there that today also you can check with the format method. So that is printed here. You can see that one. So we are getting only the date. So, and if you want to get the month instead of numerical format, if you want it in the string format like January, February, so there is another option also for that. Using that print methods and all, we can get it in a string format like January, February. So these are all different formats. Just observe it. You can see these things. See why I'm explaining these kind of small codes means whenever we want to start with any project, no, straight away we can't pitch into the project. First we have to learn, right? So for learning purpose, some codes will work. Then when you want to make one project, it is a combination of multiple concepts. So all those small concepts we have to integrate it, right? So you have to have a tested code, like how internet libraries are there. Even we have to prepare our own libraries as per our project requirement. We have to prepare our own libraries, our own functions, methods, sample codes, tested codes, and I have to prepare one library system. Once you are done with that, then we can pitch into the projects where the combination of these things will be used in the project to get some real-time applications as the end output, right? So in that cases, all these small codes which I am covering here, right, in this workshop. So everything will be useful when we get into doing into some bigger projects. So nothing special in this code, only different types of printing format we can see. As per the project requirement, any of the one format can be used with respect to date and time. So once this is done, the next code is alarm. All these are very small codes. Now all the members can open the alarm code. So now with respect to the time, we can set the alarm. So here one small application code is there to set the alarm. So I'll execute this code now, alarm. So the library is imported time, date, time. I would imported one more with the calendar. One more library is the import calendar. Then there is one function called alarm scan. So we'll come back to this function later. So the function definition we can find over there. Then print a time, local time, asset time, something is there. So if you see that, what will be the print output of it? So all members can observe that output format here. So again, the time has been splitted into some different variables when you call this function, right? So you can see like years, all those are coming in a different variables. So as per that, you can take, we can create our own variables and in a splitted format. Individually, you can use. If you want to use only year separately, month separately, this method can be followed. So everything has been splitted here. Another method of accessing date time I had given, and I have splitted it and I'm printing in a individual print statement also. So you can see that everything has been splitted in, and I'm printing in a individual print statement again with the year, month, hour, time, minute, everything. So once that printing part is done, so it is asking here from the input. Input function is used to take data from the keyboard. Please input the time of alarm morning. So hour and minute I have to enter. So as per your computer, whatever the minute it is showing, right? For that you can just give a difference of 1 or 2 minutes. So right now in my system it's 2:46. So I'll just give two. Just a moment. So we have to enter in 24-hour format. So 2 o'clock means it's 14. So 14 already 47 is going on. So I'll just give 14:48 and I'll enter. Alarm has been set for 14:48. So we'll see that alarm matching. So once you enter that alarm is stored. So then there is a while loop. So it is scanning with the alarm, right? So now we'll see that function definition part, alarm scan. So continuously it is reading the current time and whatever we have set, right? It's going to check with the if condition. Once that match happens, it's going to print like morning alarm on the output screen. So we'll just wait for that. So you can see that output came morning alarm. So now it is 2:48. So I kept for 2:48. Once that time matched with respect to hour and minute, the output has been printed. So any alarm based activities we want to do means we can make use of this code. So all members can execute these codes, and if you have any doubts, you can clarify it. Okay, so we'll get into the next code now. Text to speech conversion. So text to speech. So whatever your written things are there, that will be given in a voice output format. So first I'll execute this code now.
Welcome to the world of Python machine learning.
So you can see like one player got opened and some voice output came. So it was telling like welcome to the world of Python machine learning. So we'll see this code now. Here also the library package GTTS, we need to install it. So it's from the Google, this package. GTTS is Google text to speech conversion. I kept a small document here. So interested member can go through with that. GTTS means Google text to speech conversion. So that library package has been used here. So you have to install this package. To install same method to install it. Pip install. You can go to the C drive, Python 3.7, then scripts. Then open the command prompt window and give the command pip install GTTS. So now we'll see the code part. So here the required library packages has been called. Then which are the text I want in the as a voice output, right? So that I'm storing it in a variable my text. So you can change this any text you can try it out. So here I had given like welcome to the world of Python machine learning. So I have adopted language English. So for the GTTS library package, I am passing my text. So that is saved in a one variable. With that variable reference, a file was created, and that file I am saving in a computer. So it is an MP3 file. So welcome.mp3 file one has been created. That has been saved in the computer. So you can see this one MP3 file has been created. You can give any file name also. So then using with the OS library, I'm opening that file and I'm playing it. So by default, it is using Microsoft Windows player and it's going to play. So I'll execute once again. All the members can just observe it once. So it's opening a player.
Welcome to the world of Python machine learning.
So projected statement. You can see. All members executed the code. So these were other small codes. So now we are left with only one code, that is the image counters. Once I complete that, all the basic small codes are coming to an end. There is one more code with mall segment came in. So we saw examples of machine learning with supervised machine learning algorithms, right? So at the last, I'll explain one code which is with the unsupervised machine learning algorithm, taking that as an example data set. Unsupervised means the output class or label won't be there. For that, I have one code, and in this code, I'll be covering some different types of graphical formats also. So in the previous codes, we saw similar graph methods, right? Everything was a bar graph. So in this code, I'll try to explain 2 to 3 different types of graphical formats. Okay. So all these things we'll see in the tomorrow session. So right now, the last code is the image counter. Again, this is with the image processing only. So all members can open this one. So I'll execute this code now. So in this folder, one input image has been kept. So you can see this. So some counters has been marked. So we'll see like what's the meaning of this and all. So here one football player Messi image is there. So you can find like here green color counters has been marked with a lot of things. And here only some specific areas has been marked. So I'll just wait for 2 minutes. All the members can run all the previous codes and this code also. Till now, whatever I explained, if you have any doubts, you can clarify. So after 2 minutes, I'll continue. With the other codes, if you have any doubts, you can just clarify. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, if you're done with observing the other codes and all means, you can run this image counter code. Any problem if you are Okay. So now we'll see the explanation of this image counter. Okay. See, image counter. The counter is one concept, like how we saw simple image processing algorithms, right? Like edge detection, background subtractions, and all. We find that, right? Face detections and all. So similar way, finding the counters in an image is one of the simple algorithm concept. Again, this is used in multiple projects. Okay, it will be a part of a bigger project when you do some projects and all, right, with image processing and all. So that time getting the counter of the image also is a part of it. So what is the meaning of the counter? Counter means it's going to find out small areas. Okay, as a closed loop area, it's going to find out. Okay, see, if you can observe here. So in this image, okay, full screen also same size. So here we can find this is one area, right? The full closed loop area it's going to mark. So here small dots we are finding. No, everything it has taken a small areas based on its own algorithm theory. It is finding the areas. Clear? Small areas has been all the areas has been marked over here with the green color. So now we'll see the code part. So first is the import libraries. So all image processing activities done with OpenCV. Then I am reading the input image. So that is stored in a variable image. Okay, I'm just reading it 2 times here. Image and image 1. Same image has been read. Then convert that image into grayscale. So this we have seen any image processing. The first step is to convert data into a grayscale image because all the algorithms works on the grayscale level. Okay, so you have to convert it into grayscale. Then some thresholding has been applied for that image, threshold levels. After that, find counters. So the threshold output of the image, first we are converting into grayscale, then apply the threshold, then find the counters. So we got the counters here, and I am finding the overall length of those counters, and I am printing it. So now we'll see the output screen. So we can find like here 946. So 946 counters has been found out. Counters means that is the small areas, closed loop areas has been founded in this input image which we have passed. So 940 areas has been found out. Clear? Okay. So now that counters, whatever I have founded, I am drawing it, draw counters using a draw one. Here find counters, I am finding the counters. All those counter areas has been stored in these variables counter. Then I am finding the length of it using a length function. So we founded like 946 counters are there. Then using a draw counter function, I am going to represent, means I am drawing it on the image. Then I am show. So that image is shown in the output screen. So I had given the frame name as a full counter. So you can see here, this is the full counter one. So all the counters has been drawn here. So here all the 946 counters has been drawn. So all the small, big, whatever has been identified, everything has been drawn. Clear? Next. For that counter, some area is there. So I had given a variable reference here, maximum area, some 3000 had mentioned it. So now I am running a for loop. So I am just checking the data which is above 3000. That part I am marking it on the final output. Clear? So now I want to find out the counter area which is having a size of above 3000. So based on that I am marking it. So what I am doing is I am taking the for loop. So length. So till how many 900 counters were there, right? So this for loop will run so many times. 946 times it's going to run. So now I'm taking the first counter. Okay. So total 946 counters were identified. The first counter I'm taking that one, the measurement of that first counter, and I'm keeping it in a temp variable. The first counter, then I'm taking the area of that counter, the first counter. That area I'm checking with the maximum area. Here I kept a reference as 3000. If area is greater than maximum, then only I am printing it. Okay, so if it is coming above 3000, that I am printing on the output screen. So you can observe here output screen. So I have found out one counter with an area of around 5800, and that is with the counter number 581, and one more with the 6000 with the counter number 845, right? So this will repeat the total 946 times. So whenever I found the counter with an area maximum of 3000, So in which position it has been found out, that also I'm printing it. Again, I am drawing that on the another image. So starting, I just kept the input image 2 reference, right? So I'm drawing it on the image with that counter which has been identified, just specifying a different color. I'm drawing it and I'm showing it on the output screen. So the for loop will run for all the counters and it will come out of the loop. So now I'll just change the area. Instead of 3000, I'll just make it as 2000. I exactly don't know the measurement of it. Means it is in what measurement, because image related size measurements and all, I don't have much information. Okay, so I'll close instead of 3000, I'm reducing it to 2000 now. So let me run once again. See, now some more areas has been identified. You can see that. So now total 4 areas has been identified. The previous one both is there. And again, 2 more areas are there, which are about 2000, that is 2200, 2900 something. So we can observe that output image, this first image with the full counters, and this is with the area 1. So here one area extra has been identified, and here also some one extra has been identified, right? So counters, again, it's a part of different image processing projects. Wherever you want to find out the bigger areas or smaller areas of an image based on what data you want to take out from that image, then we can use this counter method. Clear? Okay, so all members can execute this. Any doubts is there, you can clarify. Okay, so by this I completed all the basic sample codes of image processing and some Python activities and all got completed. So tomorrow sessions, now any doubts are there, you can just clarify, or till now what all we did it from past 3 to 4 days, right? If any doubts are there, you can clarify. Still we have time because the new topic discussion, let me start from fresh from tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see the algorithms in one session. It will go with all the algorithm discussions. Then the neural network I'll start. Neural network is quite different again with some theoretical concepts. So it's good to understand about these things and all. So a lot of new technical terms comes under neural network. So we'll see everything these things. Okay. And related to this Jupyter code, so we can see one more code here. See, to run the convolution neural network, TensorFlow and all we have to install. And TensorFlow libraries require some Visual Studio in the backend. Okay. So right now, how to install the TensorFlow, I had sent the commands here. So in your free time, you can do it again by tomorrow. I'll repeat that one. in the Jupyter examples, there is one notepad, neural network install command. So these commands you can install it. OpenCV command, then conda install keras. After that, pip install TensorFlow double equals 2.2. So 2.2 version we are going to use it. These installations you can do. Okay. While installing TensorFlow, if you get an error, then on a backend support we require Visual Studio. Okay. So that takes almost around some 5 to 6 GB of memory. So make your computers free with that memory. That is one thing. 5 to 6 GB of memory is required to install the this one Visual Studio. Clear? So and it's a process of more than one hour. So tomorrow by morning session I'll tell that. Okay. So another option is if you don't want to if you don't want to execute that code in your laptop, just if you are interested to understand it, I'll show that one. So here in Jupyter we have the code name, just a moment, neural network example. So you can open this code. See, don't execute this code. Don't go to the kernel or cell tab and run all. Don't click on that one. Okay. So right now the file which I sent, you are having the output and all. So which has been executed in my system. Clear? So you keep a backup of it and then try with the other things, because TensorFlow installation always it will take a lot of time and we face some problems over there. It completely depends on the computer configurations and some better internet speed also is required. Okay. So what I suggest is you keep a backup of this file and neural network example, then go with the installations and then run this code and all. If the full code is not getting executed, any issues if you are facing, you can coordinate with me. And for the class purpose, you have to see the output, right? So that you can see with the backup copy. So here all the outputs has been mentioned. Nothing has been delayed. It won't get deleted. So whatever has executed in my system that I have passed it. So all the output you can find it here. Clear? So this as a line in the tomorrow's in the second or third session, I'll be completing about this code, neural network one. So meanwhile, you can complete the installation of these library packages, conda install keras and pip install TensorFlow. If you are facing any problem, you can coordinate with me and make your C drive at least around 6 GB free, so that you can install the Visual Studio part. Okay. So now we'll continue with some doubt sessions. So today's topic got completed. The new topics I'll start with tomorrow's morning session only. So till now we completed 4 days of our activities. So now we are left with 2 more days, Monday and Tuesday. So whatever I have done, any clarification, any doubt is there, you can just coordinate.